Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Blood and Sand. Where we last left off, our party was preparing to attack a city referred to as Distoon. The city is known to have a distinct issue with uh, allowing in the causation of demonic, fiendish, and devil based corruption into the material plane. The party has rallied allies and brokered peace treaties between groups to enable um, an attack upon this city to the magnitude they need. Whilst discussing the plans for the future of this, they one of the party members, Delmara, spoke up and revealed that she may actually have still a link to one of the main influential individuals within the city currently, Alexandros Crumblebottom. Realizing that should he die, he could by some means take possession of her body, the party attempted to break that chain, break that link between the two, using aid from a sphinx, the place between planes, and the rites therein. The party fought manifestations of the sins and misdeeds that have been done by and done upon Delmara throughout her life, culminating with the request from the Sphinx to link her to someone or something, as less of a case of a new brand or mark that must be made, but instead something to strengthen and replace the linked chain from evil to something more benign. Um, Eventually, she resulted on Grunt being her choice. Grunt the Valkyrie, who had been a loyal and trusted companion to her throughout most of this time. When they did so, it seemed that they've stirred between planes where not only mortal emotions but wills are far more powerful than most things, stirred something back to life. What this is, we shall see, and what is to come of it. But for now, the party, with Delmara now seemingly cleansed, began a hero's feast with allies in the attempts to ensure that they have all the necessary requirements to begin their attack upon Distoon, which they will begin the next day. There was chatting amongst individuals, there was discussions that were had. The primary thing that is being checked on now currently is whilst the allies, using spells and guises, pretend to be members of the party in order to dissuade any belief of their efforts to strike the city from a different point, it has now come to the attention to decide on what the party should do in order to investigate or infiltrate this city. So, Dawnbringers, what do you do?
Uh, so where are we? Have we
You're still within.
A had a long rest, B finished the
You have
feast?
had. You have finished your feast and you've had a long rest. It is now the morning, the day of.
Okay.
Get
Uh,
my book. So
we'll go over to just like all the NPCs and I guess reconfirm the plan of action for the day.
Mm-hmm. Um, they have, it seems, they're going to use the main military force of the Drow that you helped rescue from their pseudo prison and stalemate with the dwellers of the Underdark, as well as aiding in their redemption towards Corellian. They will serve as a main front as a force. They are the closest thing to a solid army composition that these groups have, and the matron has offered herself and her forces to this task. When it is brought up, she eventually makes her way to be present at this discussion, as does Guan Chi. And all the leaders now stand amongst you all, beginning to discuss and plan. So I'll just move the guys onto the screen so people who don't know them now get a good representation of them. And I don't know why that token is like that.
Divide and conquer.
Did you say divide and conquer?
Yep. With their army going through the front and us going through the sewers, I was thinking that, that will have to divide their force. That's all I was getting at.
Okay. Guanchi explains that he, due to the distance of travel, was only able to bring a smaller contingency, so he made up for quantity with quality. He has heavily armored trolls, and the leader of the trolls, who is the only person in this campaign that's ever knocked Grunt on their ass.
Mhm.
And they will serve as the shock troops on the front, with Aeon, Scylla, and Merok also assisting on the front line for the fight. Further from this, if this is going to be the case, and the plan is for you guys to try and scout around the back, the Raven does speak and begins to explain that there are several, because honestly there's just so many NPCs. If I was doing all the voices, it would just be
No, that's fine.
especially with the fact that I'm a bit sick, and I apologize if I get a bit bungy. The Raven begins explaining that the City of Distone does have sewer systems, but the sewer systems are all heavily like graded plates that a person couldn't slip through, and a group walking towards them, because they'd be essentially like there's Distone is kind of almost risen on itself, like there's like almost like a slight incline around it, about 5-10 feet, and from those points there are one or two sewer exits on the south and north side of the city. On the, like, to give you an idea, on the actual city itself, there is a north and south side, like where it's just draining out wastes more than anything else. Whilst it's definitely an effort, the grates are quite close to the city, and a group would be noticed by guards at that point. So Scylla gives the offer that he could use a spell to assist you guys in this, and I know the spell. I just want to make sure I get the right name of it, because I'm cocked up and stuff. Give me.
Sorry. I mean, based on the sort of layout of the terrain, it's going to be very hard to do anything without being noticed. It's raised up, and the surrounding area is almost entirely flat.
Mm-hmm.
So
he offers the use of the wind walk.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no, that'd probably do it.
What's happening?
He's suggesting, for point of reference, he's suggesting the spell Keyleth used, where basically everybody turns into clouds and you just drift.
That was in character.
I couldn't tell.
Ah, that's where I got you.
Ha.
Windwalk is a powerful spell, but I'm actually looking for it right now, and I can't actually see. I see Windwall, but not Windwalk.
Is that what it's called?
Right, there
or
it
is
is. Hang on.
something else?
It's called Windwalk. It is a transmutation spell.
Right. Oh, well. That would certainly fix the getting in there problem.
Yeah, Windwalk right here. It's 6th level.
Yeah, I have it. It is 6. Duration of 8 hours. Up to 10 willing creatures. And this includes the individual. So Scylla would need you guys to let him know once you're within the sewer, so he can drop the spell and focus on helping out, because he seems very intent to use Earthquake today. He wants to tear down a lot of walls.
I just want to use it so bad. I wanted to use this spell for so long.
These guys chained him up, and he is a druid who does not like that, and his people have been constantly harassed by that city. He wants to tear a lot of it down. So once it has been declared, a sending spell from Buckley perhaps, or otherwise, could be used for him to discern when you guys are within. you would have a fly speed of 300 feet, and you're pretty much just gaseous winds, wisps of cloud. It takes a minute to revert back to your true forms from it, and it's just that as a case. You would be resistant to all non-magical attacks as well while you're in this form. So Scylla presents that as an opportunity that even from the outskirts of Old Fortune, you could definitely set up the spell and have you guys float towards it while the city gets in place and ready. And from beneath the city, then, once the attack is declared, you guys begin your movements within the sewers.
Okay. I mean, how far do you think we should get in? I mean, since we are fairly discreet in this form, should just as far as we can go, basically.
When it gets to the discussions of that, it's the matter of it needs to be somewhere where you can safely reshape your form, because you don't have additional health or anything from this. It is yourselves, and if a magic user is able to use wind spells on you, they would do a lot of damage. Or if they were to use just fire or other spells whilst you're in those forms, you have no ability to dodge, or you'd only be able to resist spells through constitution and such. You wouldn't be able to dexterity dodge, so evasions and stuff wouldn't work.
I thought we could dispel it ourselves.
We can, but it takes a minute, because we have to reform all the names together.
You have to recon.
So maybe it's probably better to just get through the grate and then just immediately start to switch back.
Well, sewer level.
We've been in sewers before, Nosda.
Oh no, Nosda has no problem with sewers.
The main keep that Batak has her materials within is on the south side of the city, so she suggests going through the south side sewer if you're going to make your way, because it should take you either directly into the courtyard through the grates above, or you could make your way even to one of the buildings around it. There should be access for you through it. You will arrive close to the main keep, maybe within the center of the thing, which is why if the attack is already underway, you probably might have some resistance, but compared to what you would have otherwise, better than nothing.
Alright.
She explains she's not able to predict what Crumblebottom is planning. So whatever he's setting up or he intends, there could be a lot of traps on multiple places, and there should be caution taken to keep a lookout for deception with him. As you all know, he is creative.
We just have to try to be cautious, because if we rush, we're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm always cautious.
Buckley, have you got your escape plan prepared for today?
I do not, but I can instantly switch it.
Okay. It's probably worth having that on standby in case things go tits up.
By the way, I've been slowly counting this down. I've had a D10 inspiration dice, which I apparently had for a week. I've got 2 days left on it.
Fair enough.
I can't even remember where I gave you that.
I think it was for a pun or something. I've been very meticulously counting it down.
Knowing us is probably for a pun. Then the situation comes to the point of dealing with certain individuals within the city, like the draconic individual you encountered before, and Crumblebottom himself.
Oh, that asshole.
So anything you guys can suggest in this is what's going to matter here, as a lot of these people have not yet encountered any of them. So, what do you convey to these people to be prepared for should they encounter these individuals?
Right.
Keep
well,
hitting.
The draconic one. I mean, you can probably guess a lot of the stuff about that, given a lot of you are draconic in nature yourself. Seemed fairly resistant to a lot of attacks from elemental sources and the like. Could hit very hard, as Nosdo will vouch. Because
It's a really big spiky point.
he had a very thin, like minutely thin blade, which he used to essentially just do almost undetectable shots through vital points, just like straight between the eyes, heart, just, yeah. I mean, yeah, can fly, just hits really hard.
Hates if you talk about his father.
Yeah, Buckley can vouch for that.
The spits multi-elemental flare breath.
Yeah.
Has
Armor.
reduced armor.
Did you kick the shit out of him? Yeah.
Yeah, hit a few things out.
Just keep hitting. Just.
As you guys
He had,
explain this out.
He had one eye that was white without any pupils, because I'm gathering that's much like a lot of you, he can change his form as he sees fit, but that seems to be quite an identifying feature. One.
Also, he had backwards hands.
No, that was the
that was the other
shaman
guy.
who was with him.
Bean.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that
but I
was
had the shaman as well.
yeah, that was
Shaman? I thought it was him.
no, the shaman
Yeah.
had the backwards hands.
It was the shaman.
Huh.
Yes.
Because he
Oh,
was
well.
a shapeshifter.
Those two worked well together because I think like he wasn't great at like magic, but the shaman could counteract it, or it was vice versa. I can't remember because this was literally about 3 months ago.
Really? Doesn't feel
July, yeah, that was July that
Yeah.
this fight happened in.
Like it genuinely
I forgot the
feels against
details when the walls started attacking us.
Yeah, that kind of overshadowed things a little bit.
That kind of got in the way out.
Oh yeah! Thanks, Grunt.
Yeah.
So amongst them, they begin like discussing what's the best
Probably-
plan with that individual,
I know
and
it's a touchy topic, but it's probably worth somebody getting a dragon orb for him. Because he was strong. Very
Do
strong.
we have one?
Scylla has
We
one.
have like 3 at this point.
Scylla has one.
Scylla has one, and there's one in...
By the way,
Galgaron's
yes,
care.
Das, do I still have those symbols on me, or are they?
Sorry.
Do I still have those symbols on my hand, or are they gone?
You don't have those symbols on your hand anymore. The ones from the two different deities,
Yep.
they are
thought so.
gone.
I thought you got the dragon orb back.
What?
Did you get the dragon orb back?
We did, yes.
Okay, good.
One from Distoon, that's the one that Scylla currently holds.
Oh, right. Can
Yeah.
we have it?
I suppose so,
Oh,
yeah,
is it
because
best with us?
if we encounter this draconic individual, he's certainly not going to be happy to see us after what was said last time.
No, he's a bit angry with us already, so we can piss him off a bit more and then do this magic trick
Does-
with the crystal
does
ball.
Anybody know the name Sinuvash? Sinuvash. Does that mean anything to anyone?
Nope.
DM makes intelligence checks.
So that was Guan Chi, and so the answer is
I'll make
you're gonna have to remind me because I'm currently hocked up on
Sinuvash
painkillers.
was the name he used to refer to this shaman person with the inverse hands who appeared to be immune to a lot of spells that were being thrown at him. Unless they were of a certain strength, shall we say, without being metagaming.
They had to call from a certain ring of magic. The further out rings are the far more powerful ones. I always find that a really easy way to say it.
This is Delmara.
Yes, I'm aware. Wow, my brain is gone. Sorry, excuse me.
That's okay.
Guan Chi explains that while he doesn't know the name, the indication that the reverse hands that you mentioned, the shape changing, all this is prevalent to one type of fiend, a Rakshasa. And they're not individuals to deal with lightly because they cannot die in this plane, but they can be harvested for materials, and he doesn't want to get into further detail on that, but you kind of have to go to that plane they're from, whichever plane of the hells or the abyss they tend to linger in, and kill them there to permanently erase them, because if you don't, they will keep coming back.
But
And they hold a lot of grudges.
if we destroy one now, will it go away?
Not permanently, but it's going to come back and have a
But
vendetta
it's
again.
gonna
Well,
go away.
Speaking,
With the effects of Boss's touch on the land, there is indeed an entire possibility that that effect could even render demons and fiends of all natures to him, regardless of their attempts or otherwise. But that's an entirely new magic that hasn't been tested yet on your side. So you don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So they all begin explaining the plans that they will together work from the front. Aeon is actually suggests that Scylla keep the orb with them. As Mechalon begins explaining, or the Raven. Whoops, that's his name. Yeah, that's how bad I am. That's his name. Oh well.
It's fine. No metagaming. People don't know that. It's fine.
Yeah, just leave me alone.
It's fine. You don't have to apologize.
looking at the cat.
I imagine between the cat cam, between him and Dell, they can share various bits of information about what they've experienced on encountering Crumble in person.
Yes. The Raven explains that when he was last there, they had a white dragon chained up, one that was recovering from injuries in the past. So very likely that the actual dragon that you guys fought, Fuar, that you fought in Duskhaven, that Galgaron promptly kicked the head in, is actually most likely there, as well as several wyverns that they've wrangled. So just to ensure that the front fight has to get all the attention possible, because it's very likely that they won't suspect anything else, Aeon insists Scylla keeps the dragon orb and it stays with them where they are. And his reasoning for that is that he will attempt to take this thing on himself, this draconic individual.
That's assuming that they're going to come out and fight you. If they hang back and we encounter them, then we're in for a world of hurt. Again.
Fair point.
It's basically a 50-50 chance that one of us is screwed. Basically.
So, at that point, with the suggestion made, he will rescind and he will let you guys keep the dragon orb, but he suggests either Buckley or Grunt actually control the dragon orb, because whilst
it requires
and
concentration, I remember.
it requires concentration and focusing on the item, and anything else that is aware or begins to comprehend what the item does, the wielder has to be able to withstand gained attention.
I have a con of 20. What you got, Nuz?
Same. I have probably the same saving throw as you at 12.
No, it says I've got 10 saving throw.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if anybody can take being smashed in the face, it's probably Nuzdo.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
so probably
I'm
you.
good at possibly keeping my concentration
How do I
because
use
I'm a warcaster, but
Also,
Over the course of 10 minutes, you get explained by the person who probably knows how to use the best here, which is Guan Chi, that you have to concentrate on a creature. and that it is a matter of if the creature is draconic, the effects will take hold, which will almost entirely negate a fly speed, make them vulnerable to damages, and make them, instead of using their breath weapon, they'll spit blood. This is quite literally designed to be a dragon killer, and if you have it, you have to basically, as the mechanics of the dragon orb, you have to use your action to concentrate on it, and doing so invokes a Constitution saving throw from the creature at disadvantage, and they cannot use a legendary resistance to resist it.
Can I still use a whiff laugh?
You gotta use your action, so.
If you have a
You can't
bonus
attack
action,
stuff as well.
if you have a bonus action, you could probably do that, but you have to hold it in a hand and focus on it. So you're either using your shield and using the item, or you're using your weapon and the item, but you don't have a third hand.
Right, so whoever uses this is useless.
Basically, yeah.
It essentially takes one person out of the fight, but you entirely negate something and make it vulnerable to damage. And
It's worth having.
I have 4 attacks per turn. Not saying that's useful. Can you guys make up for that? Although true, I am probably the most resilient.
You're the yeah, if you become a target for other things that are there to try and stop you using it, you're the most likely to succeed because you've got the best con save and you've got the highest armor. So statistically, you're the best.
Alright, put it this way, if you guys beat the crap out of it, I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't hit me.
Well, if it's vulnerable to everything, then, you know, a couple of hits from the heavy hitters will hopefully send it packing. But who can say?
Sure.
It's almost like it's a chance-based game.
Yep.
I can probably resist it for a bit unless it gets lucky and twats me, but even then I have a chance. So
It's essentially just an ultimate cripple. You guys haven't seen it fully used in like a creature who's affected by it trying to fight the person, but all in all, any dragon that is copped by the gaze of the dragon orb is in a lot of trouble. And if the thing is flying Nazdo, you're not really going to be able to hit it anyway. But if it is flying, you're going to very quickly solve that problem if it falls on its ass, because it's going to, as Bertok painfully reminds,
Oh yeah.
when you're flying and you get suffering this effect, flight's no longer your concern. Your concern is landing, which, when you're vulnerable to everything, hurts a lot more.
what's the range on the
120 feet.
Well,
Does the target know where he's targeted from?
The targets get an impending, because both of them have been affected by it one for testing, one has actually suffered from it. Bertok and Aeon explained that you get a sense of dread, and it is like all of your tunnel vision goes to the one person doing it to you.
This is my job.
yeah.
It's alright, I'll just make sure he's halfway on up there and goes.
Yes. Well, all I can say is if he does end up with you guys, I apologise, but hopefully all of you will be better at dealing with him than all of us, because the first time we did it, it didn't go very well.
Put it this way, if I spot him from really far away, I'm just gonna use it.
If it happens to us, we will likely be in an enclosed corridor which spells murder, whereas you guys will hopefully be out in the world.
Mm-hmm. And Marok does explain that it is their intent to push past that gate as soon as possible and rendezvous with you, trying to get towards you guys in the keep, where you hopefully will have a forbidden spell either in the process or completed.
That's the hope.
And
once
that
we
can,
get-
and that can,
component.
yeah, and that can serve as the bastion then for all of the attacks and efforts that are made. Did you guys take note of the passwords to the lock and safe that Bertok gave you last time?
I
hope
was
we did.
taking notes. I was only told one. So when you say passwords, I was only told one.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if I
pass-
gave you one or two.
I was told one, which was Aeon Sul.
which is
Yeah, in
password for the
Draconic.
lock. Yeah,
Yeah,
in Draconic
in
Aeon
Draconic
Soul.
Aeon Soul. That's the only password that I have noted
Yeah.
down.
That's fine. Okay.
Puh.
So that is explained, and all of you look to about yourselves.
Why is everyone so tall?
One, she looks towards around to the entire group that is assembled here. He's one hand behind his back, and one is up by his side, and he's almost anxious himself in it. Today is going to be one to change not only our entire world, but maybe even history. If they succeed, they will undoubtedly attempt to rebuild their gateways to the Hells. If they succeed in that, then we are truly in danger. We must, under all pretense and circumstance, not hold back and trust in each one of us, in our efforts, in our activities, and to be dutiful to the promises we've made to one another. If you have a God, I hope that you pray to them today, and I hope they listen.
Grunt's going to be having spent some of this time prepping her quote-unquote disguise kit, which we decided was war paint, but she's basically just mixing some woad at the... But she'll say, it's a good day for a glorious death. Let's give our enemy plenty of glory.
Somewhere Curls' ears are twitching.
Achoo.
God, she'd be useful for this.
I mean, we have a Nas though, so.
Yeah. And,
The other side of the fighter.
And a grunt.
And she's going to go to you, Del, and she's going to start doing your war paint.
Some black on. Actually,
While we've been just sitting here talking, I've just kind of like tapping on myself, just slowly casting Death Ward as a ritual.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Is
Is
this
Death Ward
really
constant?
necessary?
How long does Death Ward
no.
last?
It is 8 hours on
Noted.
concentration.
Yeah, very powerful.
You'll
I
look like
cast
that, but with woad
heart.
blue rather than black.
I don't think I need war paint. I'm hopefully not going to be getting in the war. We're going to try and sneak in and be as subtle as we can.
So I just walk up to them painting Damara. I'm like, huh. So that's what you like about makeup.
Grunt
have I
then
ever
turns to you
needed
and starts
makeup?
painting your face.
Just turns around, grabs Shimmer by the muzzle, and just starts.
Your turn.
oh, do me!
Bitch, I look
What's that?
fabulous.
Once she's done with Shiver, she does. She goes through the whole party.
Yeah.
Have they all got the same patterns, or is it like a unique pattern for everyone?
A unique pattern for each of them.
Oh,
I
Like,
hope with me you just did
there's
the
just a
thing
fucking
where you
hand
just
warmer
paint your
face.
hand and go.
fucking Uruk style splat.
Yeah.
The best thing to make.
She's gonna come up to me and just do an anvil. There we go.
It'd be like a sun. It'd be
Um,
like a sun.
Grunt, make a performance check.
Uh
Aww.
oh.
I've
Okay,
actually got
sister.
a disguise kit thing, so should I do that?
It's going to be your same proficiency for them. So
Oh.
What stat would this be? Because I have to
Performance.
query it.
This will be just your modifier for. Oh, it depends. Let's going to take a look. I'm going to say it is your charisma.
Are you proficient in performance?
Yes, yes, she is.
I'm still afraid of a one.
Oh, jeez. I hope that's not indicative of tonight.
Can I assist?
Well,
Wait.
it wasn't at disadvantage. It was just a straight roll, so it was only the 13. Yeah, basically, you guys get the vibe from the end of Pocahontas. Now we sound the drums of war.
Okay.
I also do any of the NPCs that want. They don't
No.
have to, but that party certainly has to.
Aw,
They don't
Scylla
get
be
choice
down
of the
for it.
party, but the NPCs.
Scylla kind of is permanently filthy anyway, so he kind of doesn't need it. He can just move. Merrick will not let you near him.
Also, I kind of figured with Scylla, it's just basically mud. Alright, we're good.
No,
Scylla
they
is
do
your-
the opposite. They scrape off the pre-existing mud, and it's just a
actually-
clean patch underneath.
That's what I mean. Like Scylla just moves the mud on his face because he is a filthy. I mean, the fact that he is Merrick's brother is kind of absurd when you have the juxtaposition. One is the most ultimate high elf ponce possible, and then you have mud wood elf, just mud.
Grunt likes Mudwood Elf. Much better than Ponzi Elf.
Damara has rapidly gone from one to the other in the space of a day.
Ping, 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 ping. It's like a fucking tennis racket.
She's got feathers in her hair now. She's got
Right on
war
work,
paint
right on work.
on. She's just like a different person.
Looks are
When she's
given
done
amongst
prepping for
all-
the war, she gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Aww.
adorable. Looks are given amongst all of you, and those who have forces to lead separate off and begin making their way towards them. And Scylla instructs and shows you lot that there is a he's going to open up a tree and allow you guys to walk through to the outskirts of Old Fortune.
Okay.
You guys step through, and Guanchi does his "the world warps around him and disappears" vibe, and the matron has to fucking. But they all make their way to their forces, and by about 5 o'clock in the day, everyone has, through their own means, come within a mile of Distune. There are trolls and hobgoblins in heavy plates. The hobgoblins have rifles over the back. They have the kind of standing shields they can set up, almost like what is the thing again? A Giselle in the regards of the rifle with a shield literally being used as a standing point for it. The trolls are. It's weird. You'd think trolls would be like the plate would mismatch or look messy. You'd swear it was Leo Crow's work on each of them. Like it was just that kind of to fit form style on them all. And then there is the sluggy bastard who is the actual ruler of the trolls. And I have his name. Just give me a sec. There he is. Zul'Kaz. Who did I ever show him to you guys? Hang on. Get this big old mug up. Look at that mugger. With a large golden... Yeah, that's the one that kicked the shit out of... Probably one of the only people who can kick the shit out of the grunt. All about themselves, they make ready. And Scylla looks about to you and motions you guys to like step away from them. And as it is, he raises up his hands, looking around. You once got me out of that. You once saved me from being enslaved by them, trapped away by a dragon. Give him hell. And we'll be on our way to you as soon as we can. I promise you. And there's like a brief moment where like he just... fucking I'm not getting sappy here. And he just starts cracking his knuckle. And casts Windwalk, turning all of you and him into mist. You have had it indicated to you on the map where you have to go around the side.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys are traveling, there's clouds begin roiling in overhead of you all. There isn't any wind. It's more like just the calm before a storm, where it's just heavy. Even in this form, you can all feel the weight as the wind just blows past you all in this moment. Excuse me. There's definite tension, and you can't really look at each other for a bit of comprehension, but you begin making your way, and eventually, Delmara and Buckley, your passive perceptions will do this well enough. You see the small, like one of like four on the south side, small grates and drains, where you make your way down, and you can see that there's actually hands extended out of it. What looks like the remnants of people who tried to escape. There is claw marks on the steel and the iron of the grate itself, and there's maybe 15 or so bodies just piled at the ends of the grates as if they were trying to get out in a group. And you make your way down the tunnel, and it's maybe 60, 70 feet. The water is kind of at half of the tunnel is being taken up by it, and the tunnel itself may be about 10 foot wide, like as a 5-foot radius, so a 10-foot diameter. So you like creep across the top of it, and you make your way in. And I will move you onto the map and to the sewers of Distoon. Put yourselves on the map down at the bottom right.
Okay.
I will say that while you're missed forms, so you can just say that you're currently still in those forms for the sake of ease. It's very poorly and dingily lit here. I'm just gonna make sure actually that something is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's dingily lit. Delmara and Nosdo, I think you're the only ones, yeah. In the darkness, you can just like look out and see. You see that there is a figure in the sewer just stumbling around. You begin hearing just mumbled sounds of pain and confusion. Just... It's... And Grunt doesn't see this yet, to make the point quite clear. It's Lotath, the former ruler of the city. And in the darkness, you can just see him stumbling around. Each of his fingers has been broken. He has what would be a demonic form in regards to a reddish, huge skin and claws, but the wings are gone. The horns have been broken. The tail has been ripped. He is being beaten within an inch of his life, and as he's stumbling and looking around like some incoherent madman, you just hear those sounds, and they're not speaking or making sense. You realize he doesn't have a tongue.
Ugh.
He doesn't have eyes. He's just been left here, mumbling and wailing. How wide or how long is your dark vision, folks?
60.
I'm gonna have to check.
60 for him. It's probably 60 for
I
you.
assume it's 60 for me as well. Yeah, 60 foot.
Okay, that's fine. So you can just see him on like the cusp of it in the grays and the darks. Delmar, you see him far clear, and everyone begins hearing him because he's not being quiet.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision of any kind.
Is this description assuming we've changed, or are we still missed?
You are still missed currently. You can see him in that form while you're just all missed before you change, but you have no way of vocalizing that you see.
Right.
Well, the plan was as soon as we got in the sewer to solidify, so I'm going to start solidifying straight away.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we'll start.
'Cause I wouldn't know any differently.
And we've got no way to communicate it differently, so start changing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once I solidify, then I will send a sending spell to let
Scylla know.
Scylla know.
Okay. And when you send the spell, you can all feel that the effect that the ability to change has dissipated because you could have reverted back if you chose.
Yep.
And he gives you a message to wait for their signal before you do anything loud. You'll know it when you feel it.
Okay. When the Earth starts moving, then we go.
Exactly.
Damara, when she takes her form, just holds a finger up to just, like, be quiet.
Yeah. I wouldn't have vocalized it in case there was anything down here, being that we saw
Yeah, it's more
the arms.
to the group as a whole.
Yeah, you only see like the remnants of bodies, but let's see, it's about here.
Just in case there is something in there.
Yeah. And then she'll basically just do a little gesture, like tap the points in direction, so it can hear something, can see something.
Just constantly just mumbling, and you just feel like you can just see, like in this darkness, the people with dark vision can see that he's just like one leg is just being scraped, like following the ground, like it's like his heel is scraping off the ground with it, because he doesn't have a foot on that leg.
Ugh.
He's been just made to be a disgrace. And you remember, the few of you who know him, Grunt knows him very extensively, but the few of you who know him quite well are aware that this was somebody who was arrogant, cocky, a drunkard, who had no fear of your original threats and attempts on him, like just cocky bastard the entire way. Now it's almost pathetic.
Feel like
This
putting him out
was
of his misery.
the guy who was responsible for Hell's death just a couple.
Yep.
Yes, but you are unaware that he is there. You can only hear
Oh yeah, I know.
mumbles.
I was just reminding everyone that
Yeah,
that was the case.
I remember.
Yeah, Grunt won't be able to see you or anything, but and she knows that she's not to go active yet, and she's just going to position herself between the rest of the party and the. Probably not between Nosdo and the Sound, but because he is also the tank, but you know what I mean.
You're basically going to interpose.
Wanna put
You can
this-
see what the Sound is, but I'm going to make sure it doesn't lunge, but at the same point, I'm not going to attack until the cue is to.
Do you guys do anything while you're waiting? Because there's maybe 4 or 5 minutes of just constantly hearing a.
I'm guessing he's just sort of milling around as he doesn't appear to wander
It
off.
doesn't seem to have a purpose, but he's just like wandering. He wanders a large portion of the space.
I guess we're just sort of, since Nosdo's the only other person who sees it, Dell's just sort of like, what do we do? Do we just...
It's just kill it. It's not dead, is it?
No,
I will draw, because he has, let's see if this doesn't affect the Sunblade, which will provide light for the people who can't see.
Yes, it does. Does it do up to 60 feet? Like, 60 feet is dim.
Yeah, I can
And 30
alternate. I'm trying to find the
I got you.
handout. I'm trying to find the handout for it. Magic items, Sunblade.
The sun's luminous blade illuminates or emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15.
Okay, so it's 30 feet around.
And you can
currently.
reduce it
Or expand
to a
it.
minimum of 10 each and a maximum of 30 each.
So it
So you
basically-
could have.
I can choose to make it bright enough to like get it over like here.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, because it would be 30 feet of bright, so it would be up to here with bright, and then another 30 of dim to there. If you did the full 30.
So I'm gonna draw the sword and carefully let the light spread out so that the others can see.
How far do you go?
What was it? Did we say 30? I'll get used to this. 30? There we go. That's 30 foot.
I get the feeling this will matter, so wait for Grunt to react.
Grunt, you actually you begin like listening for it, and you see that form just begin stumbling into perspective, and there's this moment of just shock as you see him, For the fact of you were waiting for a glorious opportunity to tear him apart, and there's just this pathetic form. It wanders here, it wanders here, it wanders into the darkness. Doesn't seem to even react to the light.
I would like to walk up to it.
Please.
Okay, so
I'll hover near Grunt so that she has a light source.
let's do that then. Okay, so you move yourself to there. Grunt is there.
I'm gonna keep an eye
move
on
up.
the ground as we walk to make sure we're not treading on anything.
Make perception check then. And Buckley, if you want in on that, go ahead.
And probably the ceiling of
I'll
the
be too focused.
Do I
on
see
that.
anything?
the ceiling is probably a good thing as well. Ceiling and floor.
You'll have to alert Grant. She's a bit
Yeah,
tunnel vision.
I figured.
What do my human eyes see in the light? Hey!
Hello, children.
Ah!
Damari, okay, so I'll do to Buckley first, because Buckley, you have a higher perception roll, but you see less because of the distance. That large, like you're looking around the ground and you don't see anything onto the ground, but you begin seeing some, like the water is meant to be fast moving, but you begin seeing, like, you know, the effect of like when there's a rock underwater and you don't see the top of it, but you do see that the water splits around it.
Mm-hmm.
You see that kind of effect in that between those 2 points on the map, where you know, where there's the square that Lototh is currently in, and Grunt, and the other side of it, you know, there's those 2 like little cuts into them above them. Around there, yes, there.
Oh, those two.
You begin seeing like as if water is moving around like the very edge of them, as if there's like something that is impassed for it, almost like, you know, where it has to go around it, and there's a bit of a current to it. Damara, you don't see into the water, but you actually begin seeing air bubbles, that there is something in the water.
At that spot. Or
At-
closer to us.
You remember in How to Train Your Dragon when they were trying to judge the size of the dragon by its air bubbles?
Yeah.
Them big bubbles. Let's move you back down.
At that spot up there.
More in the central point of like those 2 little curves, and up
Basically
there
where
there's a
the
bit
sort
more.
of circle is in the current on the actual picture.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll just do this as well, because I
Okay.
may as well.
So basically in the centre of that little whirl we can see it.
hmm
Okay.
I'm gonna move you guys back to the.
Okay.
The arrows are coming out.
Del will sort of come up behind.
I'm saying this before,
Okay.
so just one sec. You guys are making your action to do that perception check.
Okay.
Grunt, what do you do?
I'm just walking up to this character, bit tunnel vision. I'm not rushing or anything. I'm just walking, bit
Yeah.
in disbelief, I suppose. Would be the best way to describe it.
As you begin walking, it looks around and it just begins hearing something. You're like, oh, oh, oh. And it's like looking as if it's trying to look in your direction but doesn't see anything. And it's like an injured animal in the case of it's not willing to like stretch out. Like, you know, something with an injured limb wouldn't reach out to check something with it. But everything is injured for him, so he doesn't know what to check with. And he's just kind of nervous. And he kind of steps back a little bit, aware of something being there, and falls backwards he falls onto his back.
If no one's stopping me or anything, I'll
Damara will stop
keep
you.
moving towards him. Okay.
As you walk towards him, Del, what do you do?
I just grab Grunt's arm and just sort of pull, just to keep her off that sort of platform. This sort of
I
area.
stop
Sort of keep her off that.
and look at you like, what's wrong?
Can I help you?
I'm busy.
There's something in the water.
That would probably cause me to look around.
I guess if I'm here, you can sort of just about see, so Damara will point to where this sort of curved is, and just be like, "There's something there."
Okay.
And it's probably big.
Give me a sec, folks.
And what are you guys talking about over there? What's going on? Can we kill this thing yet?
Buckley, please tell me you're stood next to him.
Yeah. I'm fucking just putting them hand over the fucking mouth. Just...
We're supposed to be quiet.
Are we?
Yes.
This is a stealth mission.
Excuse you.
Oh, I don't like that noise.
I want to take a
You
step
just see the water splash, and you don't get to.
Ah.
You and Grunt don't. As you just see two chains whip out of the water. One at Grunt and one at Dell, the pestilent whip.
Oh shit! What's that, guys? It's in the middle of the water.
Ah, it moved.
So that is a 31 and a 32. So I guess that hits both.
Yeah, no.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Why is this so far away? God damn it! Shit! Fuck.
Grunt, you take 15 points of slashing and 13 points of poison. I haven't reduced anything. Damara, you take 16 points of slashing and 5 points of poison, and I need a strength saving throw from both.
Okay, 2-6, because I've got 10 HP to subtract first.
Yeah. Well, that's additional to your max, really, because
It's actually additional max.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, what was it?
It's easy to
what
use,
did I take in total, please?
You took 21 in total.
21 in total.
Grunt, you took 28 in total. As you just see,
with
like
feral
on
instincts, I think I can rage. That is surprise.
you'd be able to do that, like for like if I called, yeah. You didn't. Oh well. That's a good point.
Your instincts are so honed that you have advantage on initiative throws. Additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn.
I'll say you'll be able to rage after this because this attack is literally
Okay.
happening.
Yeah.
So I need strength saving throw from both of you.
I'm
A
not
definite fail. You don't have advantage on this, Grunt.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
Balls.
So you're both immediately pulled, and you're pulled right to the coast. And as it is, just a massive green, blubbery hand just up next to you both.
Sorry, I didn't catch how much damage I took.
You took a total of 28. 13 was poison, by the way.
This frog.
You just watch as the form pulls its way out of the water. Its head has an uncontorted amount of horns producing out, a single eye in the center of the face like a cyclops. Its lips are blood red, and it has this long, almost pseudopod-like tongue that just like dollops out and just cackles. The teeth are like that of almost like an eel, in that there's like layers and layers of them, and like a shark. And there is just a massive unwieldy cut on its stomach, and there are intestines hanging out as a son of Peronius attacks. And I need you all to roll initiative,
That's
As-
not a frog.
as both you two are immediately pulled.
Okay,
There.
that's a lot bigger than I was envisioning.
It basically, its flab and its bulk literally like slaps out over everything. And I
Oh
need,
shit!
That's a lot bigger than I thought. I probably
I
would
need
have
you
been more
all-
concerned if I'd realised it was that big.
well, now you realize it's that big.
I of course rage, and I get advantage on initiative.
Yes.
Nasta goes last.
Can't understand a word you're saying.
Well, it's meant to be an abyssal anyway, so you weren't meant
Okay.
to.
Is this close enough to it, or do I have to be?
That's
There.
close enough to it.
Okay,
Well,
good. Oh, actually, it's alright. I can push this guy into the water and do what I want.
Fuck.
Get the fuck out the way! Boom!
Let's roll for the son of Peronia.
Please roll a 1.
as the ancient rolls its initiative. Let's see. Grunt, you had a 22. Let's see. Buckley, 21. Dell, have you rolled yet?
Yeah. 18.
Why can't I see you? Where are you
haven't
on my roll?
selected yourself.
Yeah, she forgot to select herself.
Ah, balls. I
Naughty.
clicked on Grunt's token. Shit.
Hang on, I've got you.
Yes, I learned that lesson already.
So,
I normally do
Grunt,
because I selected the wrong token.
you're first. You are pulled towards them and currently grappled by the chain.
Okay, I'm grappled, so I can't do anything until I'm ungrappled. But
Grappling, I think, doesn't. Let me just check again what the condition effects of. Your speed is 0, and you basically that's it. You can't gain any bonuses from speed. You're basically just held next to it from a grapple check. That's all. It's not restrained. Restrained means you can't do anything.
Yeah, restrained is the one where
The
you're like.
condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated, which that means you can't actually take actions or reactions, and yeah, you're just basically 0.
sorry, you confused me with that part. What were you getting on?
Basically, you can't move. You can't move.
You have 0 movement speed, but you can still fight.
Guys, this stealth
Okay,
mission's
good.
going great.
Yeah, no, it's such a good start.
He's chained me up. He's brought me in nice and close, so I'm going to start smacking him in the face with my hand.
You can only hit its stomach from this height. Give you an idea, it pulls itself out of the water, and its mass, like it's
When I said
like
face,
not even
it's
it's not
kind
even
of phrase.
yeah.
I didn't actually.
It's just to give you a visualization, you're like maybe half of its torso is out of the water currently, and its head is still about 20 foot up.
Climb the bugger.
Alright.
Oh wait.
I wouldn't recommend it, but
I'm
I have to check something real quick.
Okay, he's got.
Let's see. That's what. You take 14 points of poison damage for starting your turn within 5 feet of it.
okay. Is that half because I raged?
Because you are your kind of barbarian, yeah.
So 6.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not you that's really going to be the one in trouble with it.
No, sorry, 7.
Why
my
is
bad.
Crumble
Seven.
Bottom rolling?
Because Das didn't change his thing in the thing.
I've changed it now. Okay, Grunt, make your attack rolls.
No, Sadie.
Ow.
I have a quieter cat.
Good for you.
Actually, instead of attacking, I'm going to see if I can dislodge Dell. Would that just be a strength check?
To break its grapple, yeah.
Sounds like you want to dislodge her.
It's at disadvantage because the creature grappling. You have disadvantage against grappling and like resisting grapples, like breaking somebody else's grapple on a creature that's twice your size. This thing is 2 size categories bigger than you. Even a large creature would be at disadvantage. So this would be a straight roll. But DC is high. So if you want to make a athletics check to try and try to break the chains off of Dell. But this will be your action to do so.
Aspect of the bear, I have from 6th level. Aspect of the bear, I have advantage on stretch and check, so that'd be a straight roll.
Still a straight roll, yeah. Give you an idea, this thing's just size and bulk.
So this would be athletics.
You could make an athletics check, yes.
Do it. Nice.
You tied.
Ooh.
29
Ow,
to 29.
Fucking hell.
Defender
So-
wins, doesn't it?
Yeah, isn't that a still a success?
No, defender
you're-
wins, so
That would be
he
it.
wins.
That will be
Yeah, he
it.
wins.
And yes, it wins. It manages it sees you trying to break her from the chains, and it just takes this big flabby hand and just slaps it between both of you. And you have that moment where you have to pull back because the hand itself is wider than you, and it's like the description from the X-Files episode of The Simpsons. It's like a lava lamp, just flesh moving. and parts of it just like slough off and just rot, and this disgusting smell has hit you all.
Must be a bit of a shock to it because it's probably really struggling if we tied. It's like, why is such a tiny thing equaling me in strength base?
It's like, how dare you? You come in my house!
It's like Thanos
And
and Captain America. It's just like, wait, why are you still standing?
You
Probably
watch
expected me
as
to
well.
throw me to the other side of the room, whereas I've just held it
Oh
exactly.
no, it doesn't
like-
want to throw you anywhere.
No, I'm just saying that pulling it. It's pulling it.
That's
That sort
your
of bite
turn.
down. Yep,
Okay.
that would have to be. Yeah.
At the end of your turn, you just watch its entire stomach from left to right begin tearing,
Ugh.
and you just see rib cages producing out like teeth. And yeah,
I don't like where
it's
this
realized
is
that you're.
going.
Well, it's definitely not going to aim at you, so instead it's going to go for.
Hmm.
Does a 32 hit you down?
No! Yes.
Use
Wait, it has
your
disadvantage.
rogue bullshittery.
Would not have disadvantage because of Displacer Cloak?
Oh yeah.
Does the 21 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck.
It would
You
have-
just watch as
I tried to help.
Thank you,
watch
Berkeley.
as the bulk. You just watch as the bulk lurches forward, grunt, and just
I
And the
get an
stomach
attack of opportunity because he
closes
attacks somebody
with
within
down
5
on the
feet.
inside. Yes, you do.
Why do things keep eating me?
Nemo, you don't have reaction grapple.
Because you're
right?
tiny.
No,
Oh,
no,
they
he
don't
has
have reaction?
reaction. He has reaction.
Oh, never
Got the
mind.
sentinel.
Yeah.
Make your attack check.
I'd like to point out that this guy is going to have really bad stomach pain because she's got the fucking sword out.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have advantage on this.
I couldn't make a
And that's a
reaction.
miss.
That's not how that.
That is a miss.
Things a miss. No time to change that.
Get in there, Nuzdo!
This guy needs to fuck off.
Fuck.
Also, I rolled a 1.
Vanish.
You can still move to like there and still
Yeah,
be in
no.
range of them.
I'll just push the guy.
Would not be
towards it.
banished with it. It is just itself. That is it.
Are you sure about that?
Desperately checks players.
Bye, Del.
I don't know if there's ruling for this because I've never encountered it before.
Buckley, what is your DC? And what is your stat for?
It does say one
What?
creature is the wording.
Yeah, it's one creature
Mhm.
that I can see.
That's the wording. I am not. I cannot be seen.
What's your spell save?
What
My
is it? Is
Spell
it
save
wisdom or
is-
charisma? Is it a wisdom or
is
charisma?
Charisma.
Ooh, that's way better for it. Don't ask me how, but it is. And it has advantage because of yeah, magic stuff. So a 26, I think, resists it.
Fuck, god damn it.
Oh boy.
The other one was a 1.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yep, where I have a demon that just says, nah, fuck you. There's a
Fuck off.
reason these guys are scary.
Yeah.
No wonder it
Is-
has charisma. It's extra thick. 2
Oh
C's.
god.
Well, charisma is also personality, like will of personality as well, like, you know, a will of a person.
Lies, it's because it's thick.
I like them big. I like them chunky.
God.
He's a big
Confusing and
girl.
disgusting. The best of both worlds.
Oh, it's like fighting
Not
Ellie.
really much else I can do.
That's your turn?
Thanks for trying.
Yeah.
Dell!
Cool.
You take 5 points of acid damage as you are beginning to dissolve.
Ouch.
As the coagulated mass of, I'm about to say of bastard, and it's kind of fitting, is just crushing and pushing you as if it's trying to like break you down by just beating into you, and there's just these stomach acids hitting you from all sides. It's definitely going to get worse the longer you're in.
Ah. Cool. So I'll have the sword go away,
Okay.
so that I'm in total darkness, and then I'll shadow step out of there.
You have to see where you want to shadow step
Ah,
to.
shit, I forgot that rule. Okay, no, retract that, I'll keep the sword out, and...
Redacted.
Yeah, retract that, I'll keep the sword out, because that's doing radiant damage, which I'm sure this dude fucking hates, and, probably with disadvantage, but I'll just flail
You
around
are
with it.
restrained, so yes, this is a disadvantage.
But I'll flail around with it.
Would this be flanking?
Because it has because you have an ally within 5 feet, yes. You would get your sneak attack on this.
Internal flanking.
Because technically we can draw a line between.
I'm saying that you have an ally within 5 feet of you, it does work. Yes, you do get flanking, because there's an ally harrying it currently, and it's not going to expect a holy stab in the gut, but make your...
I do think like
disadvantage.
D&D 5e...
Well, again, this disadvantage.
But you said I had flanking, which means it levels out.
No. Flanking only means for the, you don't have flanking for the bonus of that, you have flanking for the sneak attack.
Flanking isn't sneak attack, that's what we were asking. I knew we had sneak attack, you used the wrong word.
Okay. Needs to be another roll
We get
then.
it now, yes.
Miss by 1.
Oh.
Ah, fuck.
They really need
Ace.
to make swallow
18
rolls
AC.
in 5e.
19 AC.
How
then
did you
he
miss
would've-
inside
Nope.
the creature?
Because she
Yeah,
can't
she
move
couldn't
her
get
arms
the-
to cut properly.
Can't move.
And that is your turn.
Yep.
Shimmer.
Burn.
I mean, yeah, but
Fireball.
how is the question?
With
Oh,
fire.
Oh shit, these guys are blind.
Yeah, I was about to say, slight issue.
Yeah, you see,
There is no more light.
That's gone.
Oddly enough, from the top of its mouth, there is a bit of light coming out from there, because up the tunnel of the throat.
You know where to aim, there you go.
But it does definitely would still be disadvantaged, because you're trying to hit a spotlight, basically. I never thought I'd say something this big would be disadvantaged to hit.
Feel free to cast a light on me or someone else.
okay, so this is what I'm
Standing
going to
on fire is kind of like casting light.
do. I don't think that spell would work. Okay, so I'm going to quicken spell.
Okay.
My first quicken spell, I'm going to cast light.
That's a bonus action to cast light. Where do you cast it at?
I'm going to cast it between where Grunt and Half Dead guy.
Okay, so you're just gonna aim it out a little bit. Give me just a roll to see how accurate you are, to see which tile you get it.
Just
Spit
cast
roll.
it right in its face.
Let's just roll a d20 just to see how close you get. Yeah, I'd say you hit him. You hit right there, and that whole area lights up now. So we'll say, for the sake of ease, that you have 60 foot of light around it, because I think it's 60 foot. Is it 60 or 30?
Don't know, give me a second.
Check the light spell.
My
20-foot
Lord.
radius.
pupils.
20 foot. Well, you definitely see it from the radius, and I'm just going to check here.
20
Essentially, okay, so you're in darkness, but you can. The light doesn't pass out enough, so you have to move forward to actually benefit.
Well, no, it's-
20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
20 foot bright and dim. Sorry. Okay, I
Yes.
thought it was only 20. So yeah, no, you definitely can see that.
Yeah, pretty much the
I
entire.
You
don't
have
think
your
that's not
actions-
how light works. Even if you're standing in
So-
darkness,
I
you can
know
still
it's
see
it's
something
one of
over-
these weird things. It's one of those weird things. But regardless,
yeah, 'cause it's
you
from
do see
there,
it.
and then-
You do see it.
Okay, for my second spell, I'm
Try my second trick.
gonna cast just plain old firebolt at it.
Okay.
Finally, buy from Shimmer.
You watch as it just blasts off the rubbery hide and doesn't even cause a reverberation. It just boom, boom, just fades off. Is that your turn?
That was a 19, by the way.
Why does it say a 7 to hit then?
19 damage.
Well, it
You
doesn't
rolled a
matter.
7.
It didn't hit, so.
You didn't hit.
I know it doesn't matter, but I had to point out that one is the same.
Well, thank you for pointing that out. Is that your turn?
Didn't matter.
Yes, that's my turn.
Excellent.
Alright, guys, let's leave Del here and just live a happy life.
It's going to use its whip again. With its reach of...
Oh, me! 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 Do me!
I
Nah,
mean,
I'm
this
gonna do
is the
Buckley.
perfect time for Dell to die because he's already got rid of all the demons already.
Buckley, does the 32 hit you?
Yes, it
Make
does.
a strength saving throw. You are pulled
No shit.
25 feet,
You're not next to it.
and it has reach. You take 14 points of slashing and 14 points of poison damage from this. And then on Grunt. Grunt, what's your AC?
My AC is 18.
It hits you. Make a strength saving throw. Wow. Thankfully, you have
Jesus.
advantage.
You've done that
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
You have advantage this time, though, because she's raging.
That does work.
That's still
Still a fail, though, because this guy's... His DC is not nice. Grunt, you take... Whew, thank God this is you taking this hit. Let's see. You have resistance to this anyway, so I'm just going to give you... I'm going to give you the half to damage. So let's see, that would be... You take 24 points of damage.
So that's
Uh,
halved. Or is
That's
that
already halved, yes. That's already
Okay.
halved. And because you fail, you are knocked back 15 feet. It literally just slams you. It doesn't even use its... Because you see now that it's on its side, it's got this massive, rusted, infested weapon. And it doesn't even do that, it just punches you. It just lets out a massive bellow as it
Take
does.
Grappled?
You're
Or
still...
is it
With the,
like
here's
a
the thing.
yo-yo?
He's got multiple chains on this whip, and each one is almost sentient in regards to flinging it.
Oh, not like
So-
a yo-yo, like a paddle ball.
Yeah, currently he's paddleballing you, but he's not pulled you back.
Yeah.
Also safe to say, Del, you are no longer constricted by his whip. Otherwise, there'd literally be a chain into his tummy. But he does continue to bellow out loudly, and it is one of those moments of, very, very, very obvious noise. And seemingly coming down from a point into this room. Yeah, no, they're not in the space yet. They're close. Just move them to there. That's as close as they could get. And Nazdo, hi, buddy.
You're a big girl, and I'm gonna hit you. Right, for a free action, do I just get to, like, shoulder bash this guy into the fucking river, or do I have to stand here?
You can hit him from there. You can hit the big
I
guy
don't
from
want
there.
to waste an action on it, but if I can just go...
You can hit the big guy from there. You can hit the big guy from where you were previously.
He's asking about the little guy.
Yeah,
No, I
can't-
know, but you
Whatever.
literally just want to twat into him. You'd have
He's-
to use your action. It's a you have to
he's-
use an attack to push him.
Not very important. I'm just gonna leave him as it is. Right.
Let Grunt
So-
play with him later.
Bonus action to get angry. Not the
Okay.
same type of angry, but the hammer angry.
Hammer angry.
And then...
From now on, you'll get to do your attacks on your turns, additionals.
Hit! Oh, I
Miss.
said hit! There we go.
That's
better.
a hit.
That's
And now it's
much
AC. Reduces target's AC by 2. My God, he's a sack of hit points.
Let's...
Just
Go
do,
in.
do that again.
Oh!
No, that's the opposite of what I said.
That's the opposite. But I
But-
do have a action surge.
15 damage to the chunkiest of chunky.
I'm gonna keep hitting with an action surge because I might as well throw her up. Throw her up. Throw her up.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know that's how that works, but sure.
Oh no.
Well, thankfully they all hit. But, let's see, on one turn, it's a ruling that I have, but I don't need to explain it. So let me just see, that's 15. I'm just gonna do my math first on the damage and just, reduce it from him.
This is a magical weapon, if that makes any
Yes,
difference.
yes, it's very important that that's
important.
a magical weapon, because otherwise I would have said you did 0 damage on. Okay, so that is. I just need to do my math in my head. Please excuse me. Okay, from your damage, he's going to attempt to keep her down. So he has to make a saving. Natural 20. He does keep her down. And that's his turn. Or that's your turn, excuse me, Nazo.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, he says, after clocking the bastard.
Yeah.
Grunt, it's your turn.
More hammer.
Alright, I'm gonna try and break this chain.
Okay, you could move to war. Oh no, sorry, you are grappled still. He's kind of got you
Yeah.
wrapped up there.
That's why that's
Mhm.
my only option at this point.
Okay.
Well, probably
This
not
is
my only option. it's one of my-
Strength, say, athletics at advantage. Yeah, you managed to actually literally shatter the chains around you, and that is unfortunately your action to do.
But I still have my movement, and
You now have movement.
move there.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm going to say at the top of the initiative, just because you're there now, Grunt Freed, we are going to take a break here.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. I need a quick buy.
For you,
Chocolate!
Lou.
Oh well, I said
Son of a
like
bitch.
20 past because he's not home yet.
Is he not home yet?
No, he's not home yet. So we can keep
Oh,
going.
we'll keep going for another round. We'll keep going
like,
for
yeah,
another round.
do another round.
Okay.
We'll do it. Do it for the round.
Do another round.
Okay.
Left my fucking crystals
Buckley,
at your house.
Taking a quick buy. Just
And
carry
my
on without
button.
me.
Okay.
You keep leaving things here.
Anyway, sorry.
Buckley, you are restrained.
And you have a fabulous beard. Mustache. Sorry.
Mustache. He had to grow it back. The fact that all these years you just haven't had somebody take that image and make that pink surprises me because it actually is pink. I keep forgetting it is, but it is literally the Wilfred Warstache.
Canonically
Oh,
has a
God.
pink moustache.
What do you do, Bucks?
Fucking just hit it, I guess. I don't.
Ooh, the frustration.
Do you not have divines? Stuffs?
Ooh,
That does hit.
I mean, a 19's nice. And force damage.
The force damage would be for a
Oh,
construct.
right, okay.
Yeah, but I will, because of being a forged domain cleric, will put in a divine strike.
Yes.
So on each of my turns, when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the damage, deal an extra 2d8. So I'm going to
2d8
cause 2d8
radiant.
fire.
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 It's fire. Okay.
Additional 2d8 fire.
It's alright.
Okay. That's 10.
24 damage.
Okay. Let's make him make another con check then.
Are you shitting me?
Again. That's one. That's the other. Twice. He did it twice. He doesn't have advantage. He's just rolling really fucking well. Have you a bonus action you want to do, Bucks?
Not really anything that's gonna fucking help, because he'll.
Okay. Delmara. Sorry to get.
It's... Oh, flail.
You take 2 points of acid damage and 4 points of bludgeoning as it's kind of crushing you right now.
Cool.
So disadvantage melee attack or well, that's kind of all you.
Yeah, it's kind of all like have. I can't exactly do anything else.
Sorry, I couldn't hear anybody else.
Oh, jeez.
That does hit. And roll an additional d8 for your. Does it roll? Yeah, just roll an additional d8 now as well for the that, and now do your sneak attack into it too. You have enough allies around it.
Wow, I rolled
is nine-
4 ones in my sneak attack. Fuck me.
That's 22. Let's see. So that's 22. That is 34. Oof. He needs to roll.
Come on, you bastard. Really? Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but
20 and 20
he's-
and a 19. God damn, fuck you, roll 20.
this guy's been rolling really fucking well at keeping his dinner down.
Hang on. Hacking the mainframe.
Fuck the algorithm.
There you go. Done.
Still a nice damage from the inside. You just watch it. There's a moment of him going, like he's having heart. And at the end of your turn, Dell, he's going to use his He's going to use his one legendary action. And Buckley, how far away are you from him? Not far enough.
Oh shit.
What's your AC?
All
22.
of it.
You managed to avoid being swallowed because
jeez.
because I rolled a 19 total.
Good.
Oh, he does not manage to swallow you as well.
Buckley, get yourself swallowed and get the hell out of there. What are you doing? Come on.
I don't have fucking anything to other than
Get in there and,
It's
like,
fine.
I don't know.
It's fine.
He made an attack against an ally 5 feet within.
Make
so
you,
I get
yeah.
that.
You can do, yeah. Came back in the jacks just in time to go, wait, I do smash.
Nice.
That is a hit.
Very nice.
Bear in mind, guys, the amount of damage you're doing on individual attacks is important for the roll. Has to be over a certain amount for this.
Yeah. It's like a con. It's a
Yeah,
con.
I haven't
it's
seen
like
that since
concentration
3rd
check.
edition.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, roll below 30, please.
Hacking
does not-
another
He
mainframe.
does not want.
Oh my god. This is bullshit.
Nazda, if you're gonna hack the mainframe, fucking do it more than just one.
Um,
Fuck's sake.
I will say, there's a reason I'm showing it to you, because it is bullshit. I am aware.
You
I can't say it.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, no,
I'll
No,
hit
I
him-
didn't. I literally just took the stat block of a creature. That's it.
I'll hit him so hard he'll vomit her up. It's fine.
Shimmer, give him heartburn.
You are kicking the shit out of him, though.
okay, I attempt heartburn.
Didn't know that was a spell, but there you go.
Immolation. Dexterity save on him.
I don't imagine he's particularly far.
Dell's currently getting slow.
No, but he does have advantage because it is a magic.
Also, that's a 25.
Oh god damn it! Really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
He's a fat bastard with 10 movement speed, and he did that! He has advantage! He rolled that! That's his roll! Are you fucking kidding? I'm actually mad! I'm
It's like, wow.
using him, and I'm mad.
Oh, why is your stuff reduced by 1 then, damage-wise?
Well, no, he has the thing to where anytime he rolls a 1 in any sort of fire damage, he gets
Cool.
+1 to it. So it's always at least a 2.
Again, a 30. He rolls a 30 on his check. He does not want to spit her up. And he is not on fire for every other consecutive turn now.
Delicious morsel.
Is that all you do? Shimmer.
Forest typing. Restart your Discord. He's done.
He's done. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, at the
It
start.
happened to me earlier.
Bear in mind, this is the first turn it's actually taking damage from you guys. You just watch as, even though it's like a big, like, coagulated form, you can just see parts of it where it's been stabbed or bruised have just begun slowly trying to repair themselves.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, this bullshit again.
Regen.
Yeah. And he has 2 attacks.
And the fact that he's
But-
taken,
but-
like, fire or radiant hasn't influenced it at all.
No, it doesn't. It took a god's holy blood to kill his daddy, so it's not like any
Who's
old
your
radiant.
daddy?
Erroneous.
Erroneous.
Can't you see it's
I
the
know.
title? God.
a back of a leg muscle apparently. Nemo will get that joke. I think that's about it.
Let's see. He is going to do a. Yeah, he's going to do a swing with the long sword at. Yeah, you know what? He don't.
He has a sword.
A sword.
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
can see it
this
in the
big rusted heavy blade. He's just choosing not to beat you to death with it because sometimes it's fun to punch, but now he realizes, oh, I have to hit you.
I flipped the bird.
That's nice, but he is aware that
God
somebody
damn.
tried to banish him, so that's his target.
But
Of course.
He's got a 20 int, he knows better.
Yeah.
So one sword attack on you, Bucks.
can I get my hammer to read those intelligence?
Buckley, you take 32 points of damage total.
Cool. Awesome.
Slamming it down on you. Are you still up?
Yeah.
You just watch as his stomach begins opening up again, and you can just smell fumes beginning to emanate from it. And I'll tell you this right now, you, good sir, on your 1 health are fucking dead.
Oh, I wanted to kill him.
Oh.
And I need a constitution saving throw from everybody but Dell. Even Shimmer.
Really?
As you just watch gas just bellows out and by. Success, fail, success, fail.
Sorry, who succeeded and who failed there?
You
Nazdo and Grunt.
succeed in-
9 points of poison damage.
Aha! Wait, and our success is that halved?
That is halved, and then it's halved again. You take what?
Dwarf.
2. You take 2 points of poison damage.
Yes.
Grunt, you take 2 as well because you resisted and succeeded the check. Everybody else takes 9.
Grunt, low 5.
And Shimmer and Buckley, you were considered poison. Does Hero's Feast?
Oh, Hero's Feast.
Prevent-
Yes,
Hang on.
it stops poison.
Poison.
Yes.
So you don't get poisoned. You don't get the poison condition.
Oh wait. I was gonna say wait. Yeah, because
And
Hero's
it has
Feast.
a new poison damage.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, we've been
doesn't-
resistant.
It gives us resistance, not immunity. I
So,
think.
but I'm just
Hold on.
meaning.
hold on.
I think that means if that's the case, we took 1 damage.
No, you don't double your resistances. You only have
Yeah,
one
the
instance of
creature is
resistance.
cured of all diseases and poison and becomes immune to poison.
Oh shit, well there
Okay,
you
so
go.
none
so
of
wait.
you actually. Funnily enough, yeah, all he just did was just kill Lotaf. That's all he did.
Well, no, that also means
That means that, like, a bunch of us.
all the
didn't take-
damage that we've been taking
Yeah.
from it.
A bunch
should
of us
have not
didn't
been
take
taken.
damage earlier.
I think
He's
the only time
doing-
you poisoned attacked was me earlier, and I wouldn't worry about.
I took some poison, but not a lot.
You're taking poison inside the body. Actually, I do need to check for the whip because that is a very good point. Because his whip is poison damage.
Yeah,
So
so
it's just resistance.
Like, just give me a sec there because it's only fair that I do this now.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me no.
Now I'm just going to do this now for the sake of ease. Buckley, Dell, and I tell you what, we'll do this over the break. I'll fix over your healths over the break.
Okay.
But Nazdo, it's now your turn.
Oh yeah! I'm going to fucking hit this thing. Wow, oh my god. 2. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
3. And a crit.
No.
No,
Ah.
but they do all hit. That's going to be 3 con check. Actually, yeah, you did over 10 on each of them. 10 is the DC you have to do on it.
Just fell one.
Just one.
22, 23, natural 1.
Yes!
Yay!
Fucking finally!
See, leave it to the dwarf.
Hey!
Finally he rolls one, and he literally just you belch out of his throat and just fall onto the ground. Here, you literally get ejected. Let's see, that is 14. It's 14, 24, 24, 40 points of damage. And at that point, at the end of the initiative, at the end of Nazdo, 2 guards begin making their way, but guards that don't look like guardsmen.
Oh, these
I forgot
fuckers
about
again.
these guys.
Bearded tendrils just like erupt up like snakes individually on their chins with these long pole arms observing this situation and observing it's them. Look to each other, and because they kind of used all their movement to get up here, aren't about to run away, but are about to run away. Okay, and now at the top of the initiative, we'll take a break because now you wanted to go do your thing.
Yes, this will be a,
So
this
I
will be a
will-
fairly lengthy break, sort of like 10
Yeah.
15 minutes. So
10, 15 minutes. I will be looking at the math for your poisons in the meantime,
Mhm.
and we will get back to the combat as soon as. So
Yes, we shall leave the stream running, but I shall mute it, and I'm gonna try out this new button that I have, which says run an ad, so we'll see how that goes. So whoever's watching will see you in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Ta-da!
here we go.
Yes, I can see it's shiny.
And we're back.
Welcome
Oh,
back,
that's
everyone.
Well-
Whilst people are looking at Pokemon.
What'd you
Alright.
catch?
At the top of the initiative order, we have Grunt. Grunt, Fat Man is still being a bother. What do you do?
I'm gonna wreck it.
You can certainly try. 28 hits and 25 hits. That is 45 points of damage. He is not loving life. Buckley. Actually, at the end of its Grunt's turn, he's gonna do it like.
What's wrong?
It was just the way he said it. Buckley, your turn. I shall. No, wait a minute.
The second that he's gonna smack Grunt.
Slapping you whenever I fucking meet you.
Grunt, you take
Next one, Magic
half.
will be divine
This is
intervention.
half. 30. You take 16 points of damage, Grunt. That's already halved
Poor Buckley.
from another longsword smash. And sorry, Buckley. Now you can go. I'm very sorry.
I'm going to use my reaction to do my stones and.
Okay, go ahead. That is a D12. Okay, so you only take 2 points of damage total. Well, technically, you should be taking this away from the. Should be taking away from 32 first, and then a half. So 32 by that goes to 28 goes to 18. You take 9 points of damage total then, because you reduce the max first with zone endurance, and then you reduce it by half. That's how the order of function is meant to work. So yeah, you take 9 points of damage total, Grunt. Now, Buckley, I love you. I do. You're one of my best friends. You're a good man.
Right!
I'm just a bastard. I'm just a little bastard, man.
I'm going to cast
Hold
Dawn!
on a second.
Oh, that sounds like a
Oh
big spell.
God,
That sounds like a
I
big
know what
spell.
Dawn is. God, you're going big.
That-
Con
Right.
save is definitely higher.
Oh yeah, I understand. Probably high for him. But, it is a 30-foot radius or diameter? Radius. So,
Ooh.
Ooh, I know what you're doing. I like it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, so, from here to
Ooh.
to that way,
Yeah, do it like
Yeah.
diagonal
and, then that way.
for the purpose.
And
of
then
drawing-
also, it's 40 foot high.
for the purpose of drawing box, diagonals
Can-
are.
But, I
required.
mean,
Oh,
Can somebody give me
Most likely.
another?
Yeah, you need corner to corner for drawing the box.
Remember you.
well, it's a cylinder.
Remember you can do this.
Something about that will do. So that's going to affect all three of them. Nice. Very nice. So the sun gets to make a con check, but really high con and resistant to magic. Oh, what's your DC?
17.
He barely makes it, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He rolled very low on that one. But he takes 11
Radiant.
points of radiant. Yeah. Yeah, he succeeds it, so he takes it. He doesn't get. He's not vulnerable to radiant, but he does succeed the save.
What about them little shits?
Bleh.
They came to the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, they did. If you come into a room against us and you don't have 3 digits in your health, you are a smudge.
Well, they both make a. Let's see.
One.
One fail. I actually have to check. They don't have resistance to magic. I don't think they do actually.
Huh?
Magical resistance. Advantage on saving throws against spells and other effects. So they do both crit. So they both take 11.
Wow.
What the fuck? I can
How
see
many crits have you rolled tonight, Das?
I've rolled
you-
so many,
you've
and I've had
crit
to show them.
like
I've had to show them because it's. I will
Benji,
never do
I
this
need
with
you to
Great
hack some more
Aristide.
mainframes.
I
Are
will
they not?
never.
Aren't bearded devils vulnerable to radiant?
No, they're not.
Okay.
They have resistances to everything that is non-magical and not silvered. Resistant to cold, bludgeoning, piercing, so on. They're immune to fire, and they're immune to poison, and then poison condition. They have magical resistance.
Yes, you'll find in D&D that it's very rare that something has
They hate
vulnerability,
light.
more they're just resistant to everything else.
Give me a sec here now. So, but they still do take 11. Like they're not weak characters, but that's definitely smack.
God damn it. Why does this world hate me?
Do they take-
Because you dropped a nuke on it?
Yeah, to be fair, you
That's-
did nuke them.
He's got you there. He's got you there.
Dawn stays active, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of made this place Chernobyl, so. Ask: is it at the start of their turn they take radiant damage, or at the end?
A creature must also make this saving throw whenever it ends its turn in the cylinder.
Okay, fat
So it
guy is
takes it-
fucked.
So
but
yeah,
those two
it's
are.
basically while they're there, it'll hit them.
So let's just illuminate up this area. And Damar, that beam of light. Let's see. Yeah, both of you. That beam of light just smacks down, and that entire area is illuminated. And you could just see two yellow eyes piercing across from just like the very outskirt of the darkness, looking like out from, say, around this area.
Well, wouldn't the light go farther than that?
No, literally, that's just the cutoff point. It's only a 30-foot cone of light. Like it's one of those big baboons.
Yeah, 30-foot cylinder.
It certainly goes
Huh.
further in some directions, but not in that direction.
I checked that one particularly. But in fairness, it's literally on the cusp of like, essentially Buckley is your outskirts point of that, and there would be a little bit of space down below, but it's
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah.
Buckley, nice damage, and at the top of that, then those eyes disappear and they seem to be moving away. And then it's Dell's turn.
Hmm.
I'm not too worried, because even if we draw attention, it means the army isn't having to deal with.
I mean, the whole point of the plan was that the army draws attention rather than the small people.
Yeah,
Well-
but you know they're going to have to divide their forces either way. Who gets
Smeeple.
the most is the only.
I'm small and have no money, and
You can imagine the stress under.
And they keep getting eaten.
Dell, it's your turn.
Ah,
Don't you have all our money?
not on me.
No, not all of it.
Not on me.
Not on me!
What?
It's in a savings deposit box.
You think I have the strength to carry that much gold? I have thin, twiggy arms. And my thin,
Bag of
twiggy
holding.
arms are going to throw a dagger. Actually, no, because this will do more damage, so I will come back up. Actually, I will use bonus action to drink a potion.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Oh wait,
do as
oh wait,
well, as a-
because I was away. Health. Poison.
If you scroll up, you will see that you will heal back a total of 12. Dell.
I heal back 12. Oh, that's alright then. I'm gonna pass on the potion then.
Well, and also I was gonna cast a healing word as a bonus action.
Probably gonna be okay. To
Oh no, I can't.
Can't because high level
I-
spells.
yeah.
You could cast a spell of 3rd level or lower as your bonus, but not a
So it
Not
would be
that.
30.
don't yeah. It has is mass cure wounds isn't.
No, mass healing word.
healing.
Oh,
word.
sorry. I
say-
thought you said cure. Oh, what
No,
was I
no,
doing?
mass heal
Sorry.
word.
Yes, you can definitely do that. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, it'd just be at a third.
In which case, I will use.
Which is Six
Everyone
for
gets a
everybody.
6. That's good.
In which case, I'm fine, and I will simply use. Literally, purely because it will give me advantage to do so, I will just shadow step purely right to there. Because I'm not.
Hi.
I'm not.
Well,
going-
that- Radius.
Is that area lit up now? Can you do that?
I was gonna say the shadow. Well, the fat man has enough of a shadow. Literally at his base, there are shadow points you can hop on.
I'll let DM
I was gonna
decide.
say-
If you're gonna say I can't, then I can't.
No, I'd say that there is. Well, if you move to where Latat's body
Yeah, I could
is
go with-
currently decomposed,
And
Yeah,
there's
'cause
a
otherwise you actual.
there's
dog.
definitely a shadow there. I can say that.
there's
much.
also a light spell right there where Nazdo is.
There's plenty of shadows being emitted right now. There
If
are
I
shadows
if I
from
can't, I
multiple.
can't. I'm fine with it. If
No, I'm going to say there is because there's plenty of shadows. A lot of light is being cast, but a lot of light causes a lot of shadows.
Yeah, remember you can get shadows in light because different light levels cause different.
Anyway,
Funky
we're
that way.
going to go away from the philosophy of light in the
Yeah.
darkness. And
Who
speaking
would,
of being
who
a
would
dark,
have figured having someone who can play Shadows step on Roll20 would actually make good use of using the dynamic lighting function?
actually, it would technically. Yeah.
Something to
Just
note for-
dynamic lighting is a bitch to learn.
Yeah,
I
to
tried
say.
it once and it hurt my head. It hurt my head.
Maybe in the future. Anyway.
One day.
Yes!
Oh damn!
Fine.
That's the double on the D8 as well.
Oh, it's pretty dead. It's pretty dead.
Do it, Del.
Okay, so we get two.
She
First
stole
thing is-
another fucking kill.
Get two of
Do
them.
two. Yeah,
Two-
she literally got
and,
eaten for the entire fight, then
and,
comes out.
Two
And
of them. I just got
Good.
eaten. I got vomited up. I'm very angry.
I'm adding this to the kill steal count.
Fuck you. This is not a kill steal. This is just a kill.
first, I have to make a Constitution check. Saving throw.
Take some radiant damage, you fuck.
Oh shit, there is radiant in it.
There's radiant damage in that boy.
Never mind that concept.
Yes.
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 D8.
Hey Del, I don't want to do this.
I mean,
Plus, also, I was gonna say, might also give some radiant hits.
okay. I mean, that's the noise that it makes. Yeah.
Golem.
Fuck that. So
World's fattest golem.
yeah. So it's got like a mouth stomach, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just widen that. Just.
Why so serious?
Yeah, Joker scars, but like
You're
it's
going
was
to
kinda
give
weird.
her a Glasgow smile
on
to
its
her
mouth
stomach.
on its mouth stomach. Yeah, because I don't appreciate being eaten.
Okay. You guys watch
Don't
as
appreciate eating, but
Thankfully,
you know.
because a sunblade, I assume it's like cauterizing as it goes.
Yeah, give me a sec, just because watch the eye.
Alright,
Excuse me.
alright, my
So,
dude.
yeah, good. Watery eyes is all. Sinuses, they're a bitch. You guys watch as Del shadow steps around Nazuto as Nazuto's going, no! You just see the blade sink in, and she just kicks up off the ground and literally spins with the blade stabbing in as she goes, literally like a buzz blade around the side of it, until you go to there, spinning around the side. And at that point, you miss the spine at the hard point, and you cut around to the other side, and you guys just begin hearing the as the slit has happened. It begins trying to reach forward, still alive, until you can see its spine, like is the last sinew holding, but there's at least 2 or 3 tons of bulk at the top that is going backwards. And Del she does the Kratos where she sees the mouth falling and just like lines herself up to land in between it. As the body falls, you just all hear the as the spine snaps, and just you jam the blade up into its mouth at that point, and that as it's trying to reach into its mouth to grab it, you just it is dead, Jim.
Acid's dying. You know, it's cut in half, but it's still dying. But I'll just say, say hi to your father for me, and never speak to me or my daughter ever again.
Brilliant, I love it.
She has had 4 years of sass building up, and now she's just unleashing it all.
Oh, I like grunt talking.
That's your turn, Del. Shimmer. Oh,
Do we have
they-
anything left alive?
Actually, no, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Yeah, these bastards are still here.
I have to check something here with the Bearded Devil. Okay, they're immune to it. Oh, thank God they're immune.
Yo, fire.
No,
No.
I imagine when he dies, he erupts a huge cloud of poison, which everybody here
Yes.
is immune to.
That's what you would have taken.
Mushroom.
But you don't because it's poison damage.
No, it's not because we're all immune to that damage.
Oh my god. It's about
Okay.
his health pool in one.
The
I'm trying to
the
quickly
Don't joke,
The,
because that actually
um,
would take you down.
It's
The
one
Baylor-
Buckley's worth of
the
damage.
Baylor effect of death throws, except it's poison because they're, you know, a Peronius demon, and that doesn't work. And essentially, it's like somebody just literally Shrek farted. Just a
Death
big
by
push.
methane.
A Buckley is a unit of measurement equal to about 66 HP.
It's like it's like going up from like millimeters in kittens to centimeters in
Yeah, I was just
children
about to say
to
kittens.
meters in people to kilometers in Buckley.
Also, what's
About
the
360
boss looking
feet
like?
high.
Oh, he's about 5 Buckleys.
That's actually pretty impressive if they're 5
Worth the
Buckleys.
time, I think.
Look at the size of the mustache I would have to be if that was 5 Buckleys.
As long as they're not a grunt.
No, grunts are in miles. Anyway, we're going to go away from that, as now it's the end of that turn,
Yeah,
and the
there's
Bearded Devils, we're going on his initiative.
There's
Just go
there's
to-
dead meat on the
I mean-
board, but it's Shimmer's turn.
Yes, I would like
Oh
to
yes,
do
that's right, it's your turn. My mistake, sorry.
Eager Beaver.
quick
To
spell.
be fair, they're very eager to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, this has not been your night, and not the second one
Right.
does hit.
Frost, I'm sorry.
Who,
Yeah, you
like,
can
who,
do that.
who are you?
Yes. It's
What?
just
But
on
remember, you
fire.
can burn. You can
He's
burn
actually-
things with ice.
Yeah,
Remind me
sure.
again. Remind me again.
Ray
Your
Frost is the
you're
one-
like, just
It's
real
only
quick.
for
you're-
fire, not for frost.
Okay, so they only take half damage.
Ray
What-
Frost is the one that slows their movement.
Okay, so the bottom one of the two has their movements be reduced by 10, is it?
I believe so.
Or is it 10?
I think it's 10.
I thought it was half. Might be 10.
I think it's only 10. I think it's
I think
only like
it's
meant to
10
be
'cause
small
it's a
increment.
cantrip.
Yeah.
1d8 cold damage and has its speed reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah, 10.
Ah,
Yep.
Alright.
Sucks to be
Nostrum.
them.
Alright, Peronis is. Oh, sorry. Let's go back down because they're going at the bottom of the initiative.
No, sir.
Nostrum!
Death.
Ah!
I choose death.
Fuck, I can't get there.
God, do you not have a thrown weapon?
Even if you could, you'd be taking radiant damage, not radiation.
Radiation damage.
Thanks, then.
Yeah, Buckley doesn't use radiant damage. He uses radiation.
I mean, in the
Uh,
DMG, they say that ray guns are radiant damage.
Nozda's going
The
to hook
UV
up
index is
returning.
10 billion.
Oh, hook of returning. Okay.
At a disadvantage because I'm too. Well, actually, can I?
You can move
That's
to
with
the
it. No,
edge.
25. It'll be disadvantage, but whatever.
You can move closer anyway, just to get them a little bit closer. to
I haven't done this as Nozda yet, but Hey!
you. A 16 hits one.
Hmm.
And which one are you choosing?
The top one first.
Cool. The strength saving throw on its part rolls an 8. It's pulled to you. Are you here or are you there or are you here? Because I thought you'd be here to reach.
Yeah,
don't-
because Buckley
Yeah,
and
that's-
Grunter are in a way,
Okay,
so, I'd
so
be-
that's and it's a magical weapon, so that's 9.
9.
9.
And then Then, for flavor, I'm going to headbutt it off the hook
Mm-hmm. it
with
takes
doing
half-
damage.
Fucking hell.
Hang on, let me check. I have to check something real quick. Okay, it's only got a resistance to your punch, not immunity. So, but you punch it off the hook.
And then I go for the other one.
Okay, go ahead.
Fucking hell.
Yay! Ah, 11.
Ah.
Fortunately, that one does miss.
Oh well.
In fairness, that was a lot. Oh, you have a bonus action still. You're still
Oh, that is a good point.
you're still frenzied.
Do it.
It doesn't have to be with the hammer. Yeah, that hits.
Yas, play.
If you just pull them both in.
And the thing is, now if they dash,
Oh no, he doesn't get pulled.
Aww.
Oh, oh well. I still do.
But that does. Oh, wait, that's wrong.
The one that didn't get pulled is the one that got slowed down. So that's good at least.
Yeah.
Minus 14. Nice. And I think that's your turn.
Yes.
Okay. At the top of the, or at the end of the initiative, it's their turns. This one, yeah, he's just gonna try and run.
So
he's
attack of
gonna try
opportunity.
He's in the water. He has to use 5 feet to get back up out of the water, and then he's going to try to get to.
Attack of opportunity.
Yes, you get your attack of opportunity.
Hammer! Fuck!
That does hit.
Okay.
It's still alive, and it gets outside of the edge,
Bastard.
just barely.
Okay.
He's like, fine.
Lame.
Okay, so this one now has 20 movement speed, so it's going to dash to 40. Oh no. He's like, It's like, let me out, let me out!
Brother, help me!
Don't leave the king.
Then perish.
I need you to roll your dawn damage again, my dude.
Okay. Oh.
Aw.
That wasn't the best roll. He's gonna get hurt by it, but it wasn't. He has advantage because it's magic, but he still
He
takes
fails.
Hello, welcome to Standing Up Stool, and you blast. Okay, Buckley, that's your little Donny do. Now it is time for the.
Can you see what's coming on over here?
Oh, excuse me. I will reveal this as well for the sake of ease. That is a wall.
That's a wall, okay.
That looks like the way up.
I'm going to dash to there.
Okay. You dash eagerly over to them. Don't
And
know if you do or don't,
Buckley's-
Buckley. Buckley
It's
can drop it at will.
But yeah, I would probably drop it if he run
Okay.
past me.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
hear. And now I'm trying to click on it, and it's not letting me click on it. Whee! Click on it. Let me click on it.
Let's down.
Give me a sec. Why can't I click on it? Let me click you. Let me click you, damn it.
Oops.
That was me.
Gonna move the fat man. No,
Don't worry
stop,
about it, we
stop
know
clicking
it's
the fat man! Let me click it! Why are circles such a bitch? Ah!
Good job.
I have defeated the circle! Okay, Grant, you rushed to there. And that's your turn. Buckley.
Was I on that square? I don't remember now.
You're around there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, something like that.
You can now see why this guy was used as the blockage, really.
Hmm.
I'm just waiting for Buckley to literally do the then perish meme.
Well, what's the range of these? 60 feet. What? Yeah, hopefully. Anyway,
Ah.
okay. I'll just jump across to you.
Yeah, it's not difficult for you. You can give yourself a little bit of a running around Naruto to.
And then,
Above me.
Sacred Flame.
Radiant damage. That's a dexterity saving throw from Beardy Buddha. 17.
Balls!
That's another natty that I roll because he has advantage, so he actually succeeds.
So
Hmm?
that's like the 7th crit that you rolled.
Yep. I'm burning them here and not with Alexandra, so I think we can all appreciate it. Because that bastard does not need to roll. Hey, Dell. Oh, sorry, Bucks. Do you have anything on a bonus?
No.
Like, fucking, I'm good. Del.
Since the light's gone, can I get over there?
Easily.
Cool. Chink. Hello.
Moima Munchindeyo.
Which one looks at least fucked up?
The least fucked up is this one, but not by much.
I'll stab him then.
Shh, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. This is at advantage anyway because you shadow stepped.
Shh.
Roll your additional d8. Yeah, no, never mind.
Just stop. Shh.
Just stop breathing.
Wait, why are you rolling 2d8? It's only one.
Yeah, it should only
Oh,
been a
yeah,
1d8
sorry.
there, but it's great.
That would've
He's
been an
definitely
8, so
dead
pretty good.
anyway.
Yeah.
Thoroughly dead.
Grunt, there's a moment where, from the shadows, like you're looking eagerly at them, and you get ready and about
Well, I
to
couldn't
swing, and
see
you
them,
see something.
so I was going to have
No.
disadvantage, but now she's
Oh yeah,
here with that
you
one.
want to see anyway. Excuse me. But to describe, you have like very like vague shapes around you, and you just like feel a wind breeze past you, and in the darkness you can basically just see like inverted eyes in regards to where there's usually white, there's black, and when there's black, there's white. As Del is there, and you can just hear one sound as Del just shrinks the blade right up into the lung, and just goes. And
As everything around me lights up because it's a lit blade.
Yep. Well, briefly lit up before it gets inserted
Yeah.
and then removed. And what you kind of couldn't realize because of the bulk of the other creature, but now that this one drops, like where demons usually begin molding away as their body on this plane disintegrates and their soul leaves the plane, these ones just slump dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Stay dead.
That was your bonus action.
And my action,
Oh,
and that's
good.
my turn.
That is your turn.
Oh, good. We've given the god of death, a son of Feronius demon.
Oh, you better believe he'll play with that.
Ooh, look at this one.
Just picture Ian McKellen just like sat down for a chess game, looking around, going, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with this." Shimmer,
We're sending him presents.
miss.
Aww.
Okay.
Poor
By
shit.
one. I'm sorry, but by one. This has not been your combat, my lad. Nazdo.
Only used one spell, so I'm not really too unblessed about it.
That's fair.
Eh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Nosdo.
Eh.
You can get 50 if you dash.
Oh wait, no, I moved way too.
You moved 40. You moved 40 previously, so I would have presumed like you moving another 10 if you wanted to dash. Are you gonna like hook him away from her?
Eh.
Do
Mine.
it, just
Now,
do it.
now it's just a contest
Fuck.
because he did it once.
I said mine.
The
Give
first
it
one-
to me.
Kill steal the
I
kill
want
steal.
it. Ah!
You caught him with the first one.
Oh, did I?
Yes. They have an
Oh.
AC of 13.
Then I just keep using the hook. Then
You just hook him and hack him and chop him and bash him, and it's dead. It's very, very, very fucking dead.
Mine.
Okay.
Mine was
Before
worth more
anything
points.
else, I'm going to dash back to this guy because they usually have 3 rounds before they're dead.
Oh, okay.
Depending on how he rolled, I suppose. But who knows?
I mean,
And Grunt certainly doesn't because you don't even have to tell
Make
me
a
that because
medicine
she wouldn't
check.
know.
I mean, the problem is that he'd have been taking poison damage while he was downed, which would have been failed death saves.
Pretty sure she wants to
That's
bash
true.
anyway.
But
Poison,
anyway, it's-
not been taking poison. He took.
I'm not trying to save him.
I know you're not. You can just tell that this is very, like, very, very, very faint. Like, quite literally was about to go.
Anyway, I'm going to go over to him, kneel down, and lift up his head and say, I was once going to kill you for what you did to my wife and do horrible, horrible things to you. Now, I just want to give you a peaceful trip to the afterlife. And I'll sink the javelin hell into his chest
Mm-hmm.
and say, enjoy my wife's company when you get there.
Oof.
No,
Make
so
an
just
attack
tilts
roll
the
with
hand,
it.
'cause I don't get it.
Make an attack roll with an advantage because they're an incapacitated creature with hell. Just stab him with it.
Please kill him.
Please don't. We need those.
You guys watch as Grunt just lifts him up with Hell in hand, the javelin of lightning, and between it and him, it just begins crackling as he begins like. She just throws him in this moment, and the lightning courses and turns into lightning, carrying him into a wall. He slams, and his body literally breaks. Between the bludgeonings and the poisonings weakening his joints and his frames, he just spurts and splatters. And Grunt, you don't even realize that you're doing it, but your hand is out, and the javelin, whoop, right back to your hand.
That doesn't count as a kill. He was basically dead.
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure that didn't do that before.
It didn't do that before.
So pay attention to these things.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh!
Have you just upgraded your javelin?
Effective, I know. Presumably. We will identify it later. Moving on.
Looks at Dell. How hurt is she?
Not very,
Oh.
actually. Surprisingly, she came out okay from that. Probably mainly due to the poison immunity.
Dell, you're
Mhm.
wet. Sort yourself out.
It's all
Del,
slimy.
what's your passive perception?
27.
Million.
Excellent. As you're there with the blade out, you can just see very faintly, just slight, fresh marks around this ground here, in some sort of sigil. And another one right there.
I mean, without going near them, do I vaguely recognize them?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Mm. Huh.
They are glyphs that you are familiar with the people who would use them, because they're essentially their personal marked ones. The glyph with the design caused by Ulinas, and one by Ulinat.
Oh, them
2 glyphs of
fuckers.
warding. 2 glyphs of warding.
Motherfuckers. Okay. Guys, do not tread on these.
What's these? Oh,
There
those.
are glyphs of warding here,
Shimmy, you might give yourself some light there, bud.
and they're from people I know. And they're
Ooh,
and they're
friends?
both, and they're both
Family?
shitheads. Definitely
Lovers.
Not. Definitely not.
Definitely lovers.
Definitely not.
Look, I get it. Relationships and breakups can be hard, Del.
No, they're
You don't have
they're
to be mad at them.
No, they're former work colleagues. They're members of the guild and lackeys of Crumble. They're both pieces of shit. You may-
Nazo, you tackled one off of the fucking second story of the guild hall
You
one.
may
I
remember.
killed that
You
one.
may remember them. They were both in the guild when they attacked us, and yes, both of them got killed. But these belong to them.
So they don't work anymore?
No, because I'm pretty sure out of the 4 people, the 4 lackeys that were killed in that fight, I have already physically seen one of them walking around since then.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Would I recognize one of them as the tiefling eye skull I have?
No, they are not.
Oh.
No.
Still looking for him.
No.
So, can we not step on them or go over them?
I don't think glyphs of warding. I don't think you're supposed to.
Oi,
tread on them.
the fucking shiny people with the. How does it work?
It's. I don't know.
Seeing as I actually do have the spell.
Ah.
Oh, I was about to
Um,
say not Buckley because you're not Arcana based. but
I
go on.
could just dispel magic it, but
Will that
Yeah.
will that trigger them, or will that just get
Um,
rid of them?
I will make
as
an
you have the
argument.
spell, unless you need clarification, I'm not.
I still
Either
don't know.
way, for now, we have already gone a bit louder than we were supposed to. We should probably wait for our signal of the
Speaking
I
of
think-
loud,
I think I saw movement over here in the middle of the fight. So I
speaking
think something
of
moves.
loud,
Oh.
the ground begins shaking.
Well,
and
then.
you all begin hearing just as if something is coming down at a rapid pace.
Whatever it is, I want it.
That sounds like an earthquake.
And then again,
Oh Jesus.
and again, and again, and
The
again,
Americans
and
are
again.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
that's gonna be a meteor storm.
That's Merok getting his dick out.
That's an earthquake followed by a meteor storm.
We need to go.
That's our signal. But be careful. I'm sure I saw something moving over here. It's going to have seen us and warned people. This is.
Can-
I don't
Yeah.
think this is going to be stealth anymore. I think
Can-
they know
can-
we're here.
Can we get rid of the glyphs, considering it's people close to people we really don't want us to know that we're in the sewers? We might as well get rid of the glyph.
Yes.
Magic!
One of them is an assassin. The other is a bard.
I don't care who they are. Magic! Can anyone
Yeah,
dispel this?
I don't have dispel prep. So
That's a yes.
I cast that.
And they both casted their glyphs of warding at second level. So you have to choose. Let's see. You'd have to cast it twice, or you can cast it on one area and get rid of one of them, and then everyone just walk on that one.
I
Don't.
mean, that I prefer that idea.
Don't waste
Yeah,
spells.
don't waste spell slots.
So left or right, because I struggle with this, alright?
Nazdo or Stanji?
Both!
God, we'll freaking hold your hand if it's that.
I'll clear the one that's on the ladder itself.
The one that's on the ladder side. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
basically the one we have to tread
Yeah.
on.
You step
But
up.
there's a
that-
ladder there, so.
Yeah, you have to step up and you cast it on that area.
I'll take the ladder first and just grab
There's
hold
no
of it and-
space to get up there, and that ladder won't support you and Shimmer because you're two bulky people. So he has to get up first.
Why does Tim have to go first?
Because he's
Because
casted.
He has to see it.
Oh, it's at the
Mhm.
top of the ladder.
It's
Sorry,
at the top,
Mike.
not the foot. Hey,
Sadie.
I mean,
so,
it doesn't say I have to see it. It's just within range.
I'm going to say that you would have to see it.
Component visual.
Yeah.
Verbal. That is not visual.
That's
Visual isn't a
verbal.
component.
Visual.
I'm
But
gonna
yes,
say
yeah.
I'm going to say you're going to have to see the actual room.
Well, how tall's the ladder?
It's only 5 foot. Like you have to get up onto it to look
Oh,
over. it
I'll-
from
I'll
the-
run-
put Shimmer
piggyback.
off my shoulders.
I'll go up and cast it.
So you get lifted up by Grunt on the shoulders to cast it.
I mean, that works too, but.
As that happens, you poke your head up and you begin casting. What's your?
Oh god.
I believe I'm at 18 right now.
Okay.
Del, go up there and trap.
Yes, I'm at 18 right now.
Del looks angry, but it's like it's a different kind of anger from normal. It's like an irritated anger, like embarrassment.
Make a Constitution saving throw. As you look up, you cast your dispel, and that ward is gone. You're like, yeah. Shink. You take an arrow into the chest.
Ooh.
Bolt. Shink straight in. And okay, so you only take half of this. So you only take 14 points of poison damage and 4
No, I
points of
don't.
Poison.
Aha!
Oh, poison. Gone. Never mind. Ah, you bastards!
Oh, this is so good.
You're foiling my plans with the thing that I gave you!
Shimmer, you got something on your chest, mate.
Yeah, when Grunt pulls him back down because something happened, she was
Take
just
14
turn around
points
and look
sneak
at
attack
Jack and
damage,
be like,
though.
was that there before?
Hey, shut up.
Before-
Shut up! You take 14 points of piercing as well from the sneak attack.
Okay,
a
so I
single
took.
crossbow bolt from a light crossbow is just aimed around the corner before a figure ducks out of the way.
Just
Begins
imagine
a
Shimmer
fucking-
going up the ladder and he just comes back down, like totally unfazed. He just goes up, comes back down, and the bolt's there, and he just goes, I think there's someone there.
Well, to be fair, it only did 3 damage to me.
No, it did.
It took the temporary hit points off.
Oh, right, that's
10 HP.
So it only did 3 damage.
Right, so I smack both of you in the ass and go, get up there. And by both of you, I mean Del and Grunt.
I put Shimmer down and I chuck Nosdo up there first.
You just
Shit, yeah,
throw him.
let's go.
Yes!
Okay, he's heavy. You're not raging right now. Make a strength.
Not. I didn't. When
if
I
you're
say
throwing
fly up there,
him,
I can.
you just said you throw him.
Go on,
Okay,
chuck
if
me.
you like.
Go on.
Make an
Perfectly
athletics
fine with
check.
throwing.
Straight
My
roll.
armor weighs nothing, so
I'll
practically.
toss you. I don't
No,
even
but
have to
he's a
tell you
heavy
how.
bastard.
Go on, go on, go on. Crit it.
Rolls a 1.
Ah,
Nice.
You just throw him. Yeet. Dunk.
eh. Oh shit. What do I
Bouncing
see?
off
Who do I
walls.
kill? Where can I murder?
Let's see.
And
so
I just start picking people up one after another and just putting them at the top of the
you
ladder
find
because I'm
yourself
taller than this bloody thing.
No, you don't. Wait.
Oh.
You find yourself at the top of the ladder, and looking around, you see nothing up one quarter in this very well-crafted, like marble kind of space. Like it's one of the very final rooms. Like it has an access way up. And at the end of this corridor, you see a half-orc
Ooh.
reloading a crossbow. I like crossbow.
Uh,
Seeing you, he just reaches into his pocket and begins blowing a whistle.
Bastard.
do I have a turn?
No. You got your ass thrown up there, mister.
No, that's fair.
He begins
Definitely
blowing
whistle,
a
things incoming.
whistle. You all hear it, and that's where we're going to end the session.
Ah, fuck.
Kind of expected that.
These bastards.
He was watching the whole fight.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ogwatar.
This asshole.
Don't say much.
You've all met
This
these
punk.
people before.
This guy got ripped in half by Marok. Literally.
Yeah.
Was
took-
this
I took his knife.
was this pre or post Nosdo goes on his own?
Post.
No, it was pre, because you were there towards the end of the.
You
they
came
were
in at the end
guild
of the fight.
They were in the guild fight.
Oh, was the this is
Mhm.
one of the
Yeah,
bastards.
all of them have been. All of them were in the guild fight, and everybody saw them all get killed.
I mean, Nosdo wouldn't remember him anyway, but fair enough.
You would remember how he died because Marok used flaming tendrils to literally rip him in half.
Yes.
You give Nosdo too much credit. His brain is. Oh,
Yes.
I would have thought he would have remembered a brutal kill.
I stole his knife, and I stole her crossbow.
I mean, to be fair, he barely remembers boats.
No, he remembers his boats because he loves his boats. But we're
Mm.
gonna
Well,
end the
yes,
stream
obviously,
there.
but anything else is like, yeah.
We're ending the stream there.
Gonna
We
end
hope
the
you
stream
enjoyed all these shenanigans with all these wonderful people.
Goodbye,
Tune-
everybody. We love you.
Tune in on Wednesdays for Pop around the same time, 8 p.m. GMT.
Fingers
Or
crossed. We
British
haven't-
Standard, excuse me.
It didn't happen this week, but hopefully it will be fine.
Can we call this session "Bring Your Children to Work Day"?
We'll think about it.
What did you want? I didn't hear that. What did you want to name it?
Bring your children to work day.
No.
Aw.
I'm sure there's some sort of pun that can be made, or just a reference to the fact that we're all immune to poison, which unfortunately is what this encounter was probably built around.
tough to swallow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I
There
like
you
that.
go. Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good one.
right. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Bye bye.